Hi, good morning if you're somewhere where it's in the morning. Good afternoon if it's in the afternoon, or good evening if it's in the evening. Hope you're all doing good. So I'm Esther. I'll be running this Skill Spark session. I'll share my screen in a second and then we can jump right into it. But welcome. Obviously, share where you're from or if you have any questions. Today we are jumping into Meeting Sprout. So we are going to talk about ways you can build your site within OfferingTree, hopefully a little bit easier. So let me just share my screen. Let me know if you see it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I think I always like to put myself in the little corner and then I can move myself easily. All right, so welcome to Skill Sparks. As always, we talk about features within OfferingTree that you might know of. Sometimes these are new features, sometimes these are existing features, but we want to highlight them so you can use them to their full potential and hopefully they can help you with your business as well. And this week we are talking about Sprout. You might have noticed this. We have shared it in the past couple of weeks, months maybe now, that we have this new feature that will help you build your site. So Sprout is this really, really cute little guy. I don't know. Um, just a little tree growing. Anyways, and it's really just an icon to show you that it will be able to help you with building your sites. It's super easy to use, and it is also something that you can turn off. You don't have to use it. It's an assistant. It's not going to take over big elements of your site. It's just helping you with some aspects of it. And in this instance, we are using it in helping us design our websites. So obviously with OfferingTree, you have multiple custom pages that you can create, basically unlimited, I think. I have a lot of pages on my site and I've never hit a limit. So I think it is unlimited, but don't quote me on it. And it helps you either create the full page or sections of the page, or you might already have existing pages and you want to change a few elements within. So it is really customizable. And the good thing is that it's so easy to use because you are just chatting to it. It's kind of just a quick conversation. You don't have to know code or anything like that. You just go into it with how I would talk to maybe a designer in a sense, like, can I change this to this color or this kind of style, or I don't really like the button, what it's doing, can we change it? So I personally also work with a lot of wellness professionals, and sometimes I do help with their websites. So it's kind of the same small or bigger requests sometimes I get. You can also use it with Sprout as well. So if you have any questions, please, please, please write them in the chat. We're really open to them, and that helps us obviously understand where you may be with your um, challenges or maybe some of your questions as well. I'm next to Sprout now. Anyways, and then, and then you can really, we can hopefully really help you with those questions as well. I see some chat. Okay, about the
Rebecca's,
credit. What does 10
yeah,
credits allow you
Rebecca
to do?
says, I'm curious about the credits. What does 10 credits allow you to do? I used it once and the 10 credits vanished after a couple of prompts.
Yes, so I think it's obviously connected to how big of a task you're asking Sprout to do. So I actually used all of my credits up that basically I made a whole page brand new with a lot of tricky steps in there. So I don't know how many credits I had, but I didn't have 10, but I did use it up. I think there are options for you to top up as well, but I think the 10 credit is the baseline that you start with. And then after that, you can top up and use or apply to higher credit packages. It's really up to you it's worth it for you, because if you are really handy and you want to take control of your site and you want to use and enjoy using Sprout, I would recommend maybe seeing if, one or two changes really use a lot of credits or if it's just a few. I believe, I'll show you in a second as well, when you go to your page and within, so this is an example page. Um, this is where you can turn off Sprout if you ever want to turn it off and you feel like I don't really want it to pop up. It's still not going to use or do anything without your consent if it's turned on unless you're actively talking to it. So it's not going to overtake your editing. But when you are, I believe, in your plan billing, I think, yeah, then you'll have your Sprout um, add-on here, and you can learn a little bit more about this as well. So if you open this, it should explain everything and give you a bit more details as well. So this link we can share as well. And this is where you can add AI credits, I believe, as well. But let me know. Maybe Arvind is in the chat and he can let us know 100%. Okay, I saw another question as well, but let me just go back to where I was. So obviously we're talking about the pages and our websites, and I'm going to show you two examples today. So one of them is going to be where we just edit a section within a page, so not the whole page. And the other example, we're going to build a full landing page with Sprout and then also customize it after. So but I saw a question. Let me just jump back. Is it possible to change the website theme by describing what I want it to look like and asking to use my photos and content? Yes. So we're actually going to use this example today. And as one thing that I really, really highly recommend, and I notice this a lot of times when I work with other studio owners, that, and I do this as well, that we upload photos, videos, and we don't really think about their titles or their names. So if you're really good and add actual specific titles for your images, then you can obviously quote it into your Sprout prompt. And I a lot of times have screenshots or image and a random number, and then obviously I won't remember that. But if I know this is like a specific name, then you can use this. As for your branding, obviously you can always update this within your site settings, which is the site styles. So here you can add in your branding colors, you can add your theme and your fonts as well. I believe we use all of the Google Suite fonts. So if you ever need one that is not on the list, you can reach out to support and they can help you. And then, yeah, so okay, let's jump into it. So one of the examples I wanted to show you because with OfferingTree, we have always had versatile templates that you can easily change, but obviously this also means that a lot of times they look similar. If people are using the same software and the same templates, it ends up being really similar looking. So in this one, we are going to edit our about page. This is not a real site, this is a testing site. Some of it was already built by Sprout, but we are looking at this meet the team section. So this is something that you can add as a template block. And obviously it looks really similar. So if everyone using OfferingTree is using the same template block, you can tell, which is not always bad. But if you want to be a little bit different, you can simply edit this template block itself. The way to do it is that you highlight it and then you then find that little sprout icon. If it's not there, then probably you turned your sprout off. If it's still not there, then maybe reach out to support. And then you click here, and then you can add a prompt here, like a chat box, to your Sprout assistant. So in this case, I'm going to say that change the style of the text and then maybe bold or clicks. And also make the um, team cards more dynamic and um, um, I'll say fun design uh, within my branding. So obviously it's going to bring in your site style. It's going to add some changes. And then simply I just send the message. It's going to start thinking. It's going to give you a little heads up that it's cooking up a storm and it's working. Sometimes it's still in beta, so sometimes it will time out if there are some updates happening. Sometimes it will just have a little, glitch, and then you can send it again. And usually the second time it works out. I always think of it like a first pancake never works out the best way. You kind of sometimes have to tweak the recipe a little bit more. So it's doing it at the same time while we wait for this, which usually is not a long time. I want to show you as well, not on this page, that I've created an event series within OfferingTree. So this one is again just an example one where we have 4 Saturday hot yoga sculpt sessions in April. And I want to create a landing page for this. So I want to get clients register. So everything is added, the details of this event, the event dates, so the scheduled event series, everything is ready. All I need to do is create a landing page for this. So you can go back to your websites or pages. And then when you click on create page, you can be right away prompted to use Sprout, or you can also, if you start with creating a blank page, still you can use Sprout later on as well. But let's just click on this. And then the same chat comes up on the side. And then I'm going to give it a prompt that create a landing page for my April event series for hot yoga sculpt, I think it's called. I wasn't sure if it's yoga sculpt or something else called. Sculpt, um, make clear CTAs, include FAQs, and use my branding. Something like this to start with, and then you're going to send it. So when do you find out how many credits are used? Tina asked. As you can see here, right underneath the chat, it tells me that you've used 20% of your Sprout credits. So 40 out of the 200 credits. Now, this is not because I just sent this. I had been using this site to test it. I've actually redone the whole thing where I created a whole new page. And I've also played with the meet the instructor section. So not off screen before we jumped on this, just to make sure everything's working well. And so that was used up for me. So probably that was, yeah, maybe 40 credits, but I edited it a few times. So the more you go back and forth, this is why I believe that the language we're using is really important because the more details you give it in one prompt, the less mistakes, hopefully, or not necessarily mistakes, but less changes later on you'll need to do. And then in that case, you just then later can change a few little aspects of that design that Sprout created rather than, okay, starting again from scratch. While it's doing this, let me see. Okay, so we have a new style of this meet our instructor section. Now you can decide, do I like this? Do I like the dark background? Do I like that it's this color? And you can still edit different parts of it. And I see that it's done some kind of coding here as well that shows up. So what I could do is I can preview it here as well, just to make sure that this is what it's going to look like. All right, so that's still showing up. Sometimes there's some errors. I don't know if it's just because it's here. So what I'm going to go back is I'm going to save this. And I personally always like to keep the page open in a separate tab and just refresh it and see what that looks like. So let's see. Okay, so it's still there. That's a mistake, but that's okay. So we can go back and say literally what we see. There is a random code line underneath each teacher's name. Please fix. Also, sorry if my screen is shaking because I'm typing. I'm not angry with Sprout, I promise. But sometimes there are some crash outs that happen as well. Okay, so please fix. And I kind of want the design to be a little bit more fun, more dynamic. So I'll be like, change the design to be more dynamic. And then I can give it an example. For example, when I or the mouse hovers over each person, make it pop better or something like this. Let's see what Sprite can do with my instructions. And then again, I give it a little moment to think about it. And then let's go back to our other page. Okay, so we have a landing page. See, it happened while we're fixing another one. So looking good. It brought in the 4 Saturdays with the dates. Don't know why it highlighted the third one, but whatever. And then we have some built for busy professionals. K gives you some nice marketing ideas as well, and then also some FAQ or testimonials. I don't know where it got the testimonials, to be honest. Maybe we have this somewhere on our site. So sometimes fact check that these are real things and not just, Sprout got a little creative. And then it breaks down the price. And obviously, if you have early bird pricing, maybe you want to include that. If you don't have that and it's just a flat rate, make sure you change that. And then we have the FAQ, and then only 15 spots. So another clear CTA. Now you can see that some of these really look similar because these are template blocks that we use all the time, but some of these are designs that Sprout decided to go with based on your uh, branding and maybe your feel of your site. So it also gives you a little bit of a breakdown what it did. So that's pretty handy. You're like, okay, I like this. At any point when something's not working, Sprout is not understanding you, if you do a little thumbs down, then you can actually tell what did not work, and that sends it back to our development team, and then they can look at it. Okay, why is this not working? So you're actually helping us make this better for you, which would be handy. And if you loved what it did, then you can also obviously do a thumbs up. More people likely not do a thumbs up than a thumbs down, but that's okay. Okay, so I kind of like, okay, maybe it looks cool. I like how it started, but I would like to add a little bit more. So I'm going to add a picture, which I explained, and I'm just going to bring it in. So it's this upcoming events section. Or actually, no, I'm going to do the whole thing. I just found one on Canva. It's just a random page I found on Canva. I like the design of it, but I don't want to spend hours kind of like somewhat copying it from one side to another. I used to do this when I had to do for my website. So I would say, um, like what you did, I always keep it positive. And then, but please change it to a similar style to this example image, but using my own branding colors. In case it decides it wants to bring in these branding colors, I don't really want it. I want my own branding colors. Um, and you can also add here because of the FAQ section was a little bit boring. You could say redo the FAQ section uh, to a new style or something like that. Okay, let's see what he'll think of it. Okay, let's go back to this section. Okay, so look at that, meet the team. We gave it a little bit more dynamic instructions that I wanted to hover when we go over. So that's pretty neat. At any point you want to edit this again. So now it's not a meet the team section building block. It's actually a custom HTML block because obviously Sprout is using codes which we don't understand. If you do understand and want to use it, you can actually open it up and go at it to change some of the things regarding your CSS or maybe some of the words. But the beauty of this as well that we give you the option that you can click here and you can actually change the text. You can actually change, parts of it. Sorry, I have to exit out. And even here, you can change the style, the color, and you can also prompt Sprout again, just using that little section there to ask him to change or it to change something as well. So yeah, I like this. I can save this. Now, if you don't like what Sprout has done, then you can revert. So you can just say, nope, don't like this section, change it back, and then you can do it. So I'll save this because I like this. And then we're going to refresh. So just a reminder, this is what we had the first round of Sprout. So it was a bit dark and a little bit, I mean, if you like that. And obviously we had this mistake here, like we don't really want HTML codes to show up. So if I refresh it, oh, that looks so much better. Look at it. It's the same branding. You can hover. There's a little bit more of that dynamic, more custom-made, higher premium website feel. And you're using OfferingTree for it, which is amazing. So you don't have to go and source anything else out for it. Okay. Let's go back to our big page. Okay, it's still thinking. It's a big ask, so sometimes it can be a little bit longer. But while we're waiting for that, if there are any other questions.
Arvind has hopped in here on the
Oh,
panel as well, Esther. So, Arvind, if you wanted to say anything, let us know.
oh yes. Hi, Arvind. Thank you. Okay,
No,
so
I,
in
I don't have a big dad. Esther's been doing an amazing job. Thank you, Esther.
Good, thank you. Okay, so you might have seen it that it quickly actually changed behind us. So it used that image. I can bring that image in the focus just to show you guys what I uploaded. Oh, can I not? Sorry, there's so many tabs open. It's not letting me bring it in. Okay, never mind. But you can kind of, oh, I think I can click here. Yeah. So you see that I had this like full page screenshot downloaded, and I brought this in and I asked Sprout to use this as an inspiration to create it. So it kind of gave me the same feel, same vibe. If it's still not 100%, again, you can come in here. You can click Sprout, explain that maybe I want the whole box to be outlined like in the image, or maybe I want everything like this could be maybe a little bit more centralized, like rather than to the left aligned. So there, same here. So we can, or maybe this wants to go more left aligned rather than centered. So you can still edit these as you wish. Let me see if it did anything with the FAQ. Yes. So that was the other part. Obviously, I asked it like, can you do a whole new design? Because we have that beautiful drop down option. It's still a drop down option, but it doesn't look like that template that really easily accessible for everyone. It's a little bit maybe higher market, feels a little bit more personalized to your website. So again, if I want to save this, and I actually want to show you one more thing. When you're starting with Sprout in a from scratch, you'll see, you can always exit this and come back here. You'll see that it will actually fill out almost everything for you as well. So it will give it a navigation menu title. You can change this. So if your new page is going to be visible on your menu at the top of your site, then you can change this to anything so people can easily access it. It will give it an SEO title. So that usually shows up, I'll show you in a second, but it shows up here that you see. So that could be really handy and it's good for your visibility as well. And then it gives you a little SEO description, which again, hopefully boosts your page when people are searching for random things like hot yoga, sculpt, or yoga sessions on Saturdays. And then because there are details about it in this, hopefully that search engine will also promote your site. And then it gave it the hot yoga sculpt April too, because as I mentioned before, I've done an April 1 version and it was just April. So it realized that, okay, there's a page that is with the same title in this OfferingTree site. So I'm going to create one, but I'm going to differentiate it. So there's no issue with saving it. But obviously you can change this to anything else. It could be just April series or whatever you wish it to be. And I believe automatically it always publishes it. So just be mindful of that. If you're still working on it, just maybe jump in here. You can quickly unlist it. So it can still be published, but no one can find it unless you send them the link. And you can also unpublish this. So it's always true with when you're starting with Sprout, it's going to help you build that site in every aspect of it, not just the design, but also these important informations within as well. Okay, there's a new question. Let me see. Similar questions to one above. How many credits come with the essential plan and how much can you get done with that amount? Great question. I haven't really tested that. I'm sure maybe Arvind has. Don't want you to throw you under the bus, but maybe you know. But in that on that page that I jumped into as well, which is also you can reach it from your own dashboard, is this help article. And it explains that, yeah, there are essential plans with 10 and then Pro 25, Pro Plus 100, Studio Starter 100 as well, Studio Grow 140, and then Studio Max is 200, which I was using for this example site. And then we can jump back and see where we are with our usage. So let me just, maybe I'll do it on this one. So 28%. I don't know if it's also bringing in the other page because I don't know how quickly it refreshes, but okay, so 55 credits. And in this instance, I obviously gave two prompts connecting to one section of that site. And then also on the other one, it was a full page. And even if you have lower credits and you just start and you realize, okay, I like this and I can work with this because you can change different parts of it separately, then go for it. On my own OfferingTree site, this last week, I redesigned a whole page. I had 100 credits and I basically used it all, but I went into a really meticulous design where you could have basically two pages in one page with a toggle where you can change from one view to the other. And I also had a basically a question box that if you answer A or B, it gives you a different question. Again, if you answer A and B, it gives you another question. So it kind of goes through a different logic. So that's a little bit of a heavier pull for a little sprout to do. So that's why sometimes those gonna eat it up. But I feel like if you start with most of your site is great, but maybe one or two pages or elements within the pages are a little bit, they need a little TLC, then maybe start there. And then if you start with building a whole page, then you can go by section and section and maybe change a few parts of it for yourself as well. But I'll try to find out if we have kind of a rough estimate. It also depends on how you're using it. I don't know if maybe using the image upload to have an example would maybe take more credits because it has to also analyze the image, not just your prompt. And yeah, so I'll try to figure that one out and then hopefully I'll send that detail within the replay as well. Are there any
And
more questions? Oh, yeah.
Esther, I'll just jump in over there. And
Yeah.
quick add. So I think when you started your demo today, you started with 40 credits. So you used 15 to basically build out that entire page, plus make those changes and go back and forth a few times with Sprout. So each conversation, it just depends on how
Mm.
complex of a task Sprout is being asked to do. Like, and if you're starting fresh with a new page or starting with an existing page. But each conversation would take 3 to 4 credits, is depending on how complex it is. But yeah, as you saw, Esther with 15 credits was able to build an entire page with multiple prompts as well as edit a different page. So
Yeah.
yeah, and we wanted to give everyone a chance to try it out, which is why even the essentials plan does have credits. And you can always add, and then those credits roll restart at the beginning of the month. So if you are
Yes.
exhausted credits, you can start with fresh credits the next month. And if you need to do something more, you don't have to upgrade your plan. You can add add-on for Sprout. So there's add-ons starting at
Mhm.
$5 a month that give you 40 credits. So if you just need it for a short amount of time, you can just use the add-on instead of you don't need to go upgrade your entire plan just to get more usage of Sprout.
Oh, perfect. Yes, yeah. So you don't have to change your offering tree plan. You just add on the different kind of Sprout plans, right?
Exactly. Yes. And
The
we've got
add-ons.
we've got plans starting at $5 a month for 40 credits.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool because as you can see, some of these changes are more of that premium feel of a design that you can make it more dynamic, you can change it up to different kind of shapes and everything. So if you could outsource that, maybe that would be not $5 a month, maybe a lot more. So it's pretty handy. Obviously with offering we always think about wanting to make sure that you can use this one single software for everything. And with this Sprout as well, you can literally create beautiful websites that work for your needs without needing to go elsewhere, which is so, so handy. Obviously, we've always had the option for you to create your designed website, but because they don't teach coding in yoga and Pilates trainings, a lot of times we don't know how to do these things. So, yeah, this is really cool. So as shared, we are going to it's recorded. We're going to send the recording tomorrow the same time as this started. So it's 9 a.m. for me because I'm in New Zealand, but I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern. And everything will be included. There's always a extra little store item as well where you can find more handy details, some extra help articles, everything there as well. But if you have any questions, shout. And again, if you're happy to jump on it and use it, and there's any feedback, we're open to it because it's still in beta and we're still figuring this out. And your help is going to help us create something that you want to use. Yes, Sprout can create an interactive timetable. Sure. I don't know what you mean. if it's more like, let's say you have different type of sessions, styles like hot yoga, yin yoga, hatha yoga, and then you just have that on and they hover over and it maybe brings up some details about that type of session, not necessarily the date of the session. Possibly it can do it. I'd try it. So yeah, I feel like yes. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Patricia. Okay, so thank you so much for being here and being active. And yeah, just let us know if there's anything that we can help you with. And we have next month's topic as well, which I forgot, but but it will be out in the email. I got so nervous about Sprout, so everything went out. But thank you again and hope to see you next month too. Bye.
This was awesome. Oh, thanks, Esther. That's so